The Colorado Avalanche end 2025 the best way possible, making Jordan Binnington a loser. Let's talk about that. A new episode of Locked On Avalanche coming at you.
You're Locked On Avalanche, your daily podcast on the Colorado Avalanche. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Was that too harsh? I don't know if that was too harsh. We're gonna roll with it then.
It's not harsh at all.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Locked On Avalanche, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Chris Micieli. Joining me as always, Mr. Zach Pearson. Thank you for tuning in, making it your first listen of the day, and for making the Locked On Podcast Network the number one sports podcast network in the country. Always appreciate it. If you want to get in on our conversations, then subscribe to our Everydayers Club. You get access to our Discord channel, Subtext, and our Subtext crew over there. And Zach and I put out exclusive content only available to Everydayer subscribers. So go subscribe for that today. What better way to start 2026 than with a subscription to our Everydayers Club?
The first power rankings of 2026 come out tomorrow. This is your chance. So as you're listening to this, go subscribe, and you get to see just where those phenomenal goaltenders for Team Canada land in the power rankings.
Oh, I think we're going to start there. Why not? Just an absolute dominant win by the Avalanche. I hate to say that's expected in a game like this because it's the beauty of hockey. You just never really know. But two teams really just on opposite ends of the spectrum is one thing. But sometimes the schedule just comes out and it sets itself up beautifully. And it did on New Year's Eve because we got the announcements for Team Canada, which we talked about Wednesday.
Yep.
Really thinking I want to say I 100% convinced myself, but I thought there was a really good chance of Blackwood, more Blackwood than Wedgwood. But yeah, one of them making it, and that was not the case. The Team Canada stuck with Jordan Binnington. We still don't think he's going to be the starter like he was in the Four Nations. We think that's going to Logan Thompson. But I mean, so the announcements come on Wednesday, and wouldn't you know it, that's who the Colorado Avalanche play. And the only thing that I wanted to happen, in addition to how this game played out, was he get pulled.
Yep.
Because that would have just been the cherry on top. But hey, how they just completely dismantled him and the St. Louis Blues as a team, it was just poetic on how all of that happened. And so many people, even outside of the Avalanche world, were like, you sure about this, Canada? You sure about it? And I don't know how it's going to go for Team Canada. But man, if the goaltending and if Jordan Binnington gets playing time, and that's down the road, we'll talk about that when it happens. And he is the reason, you're going to have a lot of hindsight as 2020. And this is a gloating moment for me. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. And it's because of the player. Like there's very few players that I just dislike on a different level. I think a lot of Avalanche fans are with me with the Jordan Binnington level of that. So to just absolutely dismantle him, and on the day that he is named a goalie for Team Canada over our beloved Lumberyard, was just the best way to end 2025.
Absolutely was. It 100% was. I loved Mark Moser's comment on the broadcast. Blackwood, makes his second and he didn't face a ton of shots, right? But some of the shots he faced were a couple of just lapses and were pretty high danger shots. And he made some great saves on them. And it was the second or the third one, and Moser goes, I bet Team Canada would really like some saves like that for their goalie room. And I was like,
they're gonna hear it.
Moser, you nailed it on the head.
They're gonna hear it.
4 goals in 4 minutes and 40 seconds, whatever it was to start the game. You've got 4 goals before St. Louis even gets a shot. You put 4 goals on 9 shots against Jordan Binnington. And so I watched the Hockey Guys recaps of the games this morning because I usually watch through them. I don't get to watch every game. He does a good job breaking some of it down. He's talking about this one. He's like, I don't know that I put this entirely on Jordan Binnington, but that whole team, not a single player is not included, did not show up on time.
Right.
And to me, that felt like he's including Binnington in that. And my thought is, if you are getting like blasted for being the Team Canada goalie when you've had a rough season, that's definitely not how you want to come out and be like, oh, well, this is the performance I'm going to put up tonight. And the performance he put up. And I loved every second about it. Really should have been 5. I thought MacKinnon was pushed into his stick, but
I had some issues with that. I mean, well, first of all, like, we're not really going to harp on that because of how just this game ended up, right?
Exactly. Yep.
No reason to, but just to bring it up because you decided to, we'll go there. The broadcast crew for Altitude was like, "Oh, that is goalie interference," and I'm sitting there like, I don't know. Like, he's the by the rule, like the defender has to make an attempt to get out of the way. I thought MacKinnon was doing that.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get out of the way because he was kind of getting like not shoved into Binnington, but he was getting pushed into him enough to where I thought they're not going to overturn that. But they did. But the best part about it was, fine, you overturn it. And I loved, immediately, but right away, Binnington, like, your second, or was that, would that made it 2-0 or would that have made it 3-0?
Yeah, that would have been the 2-0 goal.
It would have been 2-0.
Yeah.
And I just loved that. All right. It's already 2-0, even though it got called that.
Yep.
And Binnington's already, with the antics.
Well, and that was where
like, already getting under his skin.
I wanted it to not be overturned so badly because that would have absolutely set up the classic Binnington throw and or slap his stick. It would have been all of the things. It would have been the Binnington meltdown.
Yeah. And
because it got overturned, I think he was able to maybe check himself a little bit. And the Avs let off the gas. I mean, they dominated the game from start to finish, and they still let off the gas. Like, they not coasted, but they did not play as aggressive as they did to start that game.
No.
But
because that was almost one of those games where if they needed to amp it up again for whatever reason, if St. Louis, got a couple goals in quick succession and made it a 3-goal game or made it a 2-goal game, and I think the Avs were pretty comfortable. Be like, we're head and shoulders above these guys. We can amp it up.
Just go. Yep.
Yeah.
And it really felt to me like you said, they could have turned it on at any point. They decided to go right off the bat. 100% when this game started, my first thought was the Michael Jordan meme. And we took that personally. And it really felt like a vendetta against Jordan Binnington when they from the moment they stepped onto the ice. It was just, and like you said, the goal gets overturned. Fine, we'll go in and immediately score another one. And then 13 seconds after that, we'll score another one. And then a minute after that, we'll score another one. And it's like,
if you're one of those viewers that, you don't tune in immediately when the game starts, and you're just one of those, I'm just getting, dinner ready or whatever. And you go and turn the game on and you missed 5 minutes. You might think like something's wrong with the score bug here. There's no way they scored 4 goals. But yeah, I know we're jumping on Binnington here because number one, that's the fun thing to do, and because of the whole Team Canada stuff. But as a team, they just looked so disinterested. They just looked like just get us out of here. Don't ice the puck. Just keep the clock running, and we can get to our New Year's Eve parties wherever they're going to have that in Denver, obviously. But they just that just looks like a team that just doesn't want to be there right now.
No.
And which is kind of surprising because, St. Louis usually they're kind of like Nashville. I feel like they usually show up to play and they give you a tough game. I don't know if those first 4 minutes just shell shocked them and then they just phoned it in, but they had nothing. They had they had no pushback the entire game. Nothing.
Even
and
their
that's,
one
of course,
goal
not on
was
Binnington.
a fluky. It was a weird bounce. That was a pure puck luck goal, in my opinion.
But I agree with you on the whole we took that personally thing, because Blackwood can't go out there and score the goals. So it's almost like the team was like, we'll take care of this for you.
Yeah.
You sit back there just stop those 13 shots that we'll let through, and you stopped 12 of them.
All you had to face. Yep.
Unbelievable. And it's just amazing to me that there's two professional teams, and this was as lopsided. And this happens. This happens in all sports. But
occasionally,
it was just wild to me that after that first Nichushkin goal, where I still don't know how that thing went in, the angle he had and how he just kind of turned around and just fired it on net, and it was almost like where the puck was almost on that goalie line, that red goalie line,
just about
extended. And how he got that in, I have no idea. But from that point on, you were like,
all three of his goals were just getting rebounds and just wide open. Binnington was just letting stuff bounce out into super high danger areas. And Val Nichushkin was like, well, if you're going to give them to me, I guess I'll just do that. It was absolutely excellent to watch every single second of that. I'm still like just chuckling about it all day.
Made for a good New Year, I have to say.
It did.
And we keep going back to it. And I put it up on socials, like, you have flipped the calendar, and the Avs have 2 regulation losses.
They don't even have, and only 9 losses overall. You haven't even hit double-digit losses, regulation or overtime shootout. You're still only at 9 going into, like, this is absolutely crazy. I was looking up some stats today. They're on pace for 136 points this season.
I saw more than that. After the Blues game, I think I saw they were on pace for 141.
Is it? Okay. I thought it might have been 139.
I think Pierre LeBrun put that up because Pierre LeBrun retweeted an earlier tweet from like the beginning or the middle of December.
Yeah.
And he's like, update, they are now on pace for, I think it was 141.
But then I also just added it up with my kid. So we're sitting there this morning, eating, sitting at the table, and I took the remaining games, 41 games, which would be 82 or 41 games, 42 games, whatever it was.
Yep.
And I just did, if we added only that many points, which would mean we lost every other game and we won every other game. So 1 point per game, basically the rest of the way, a 500 record, and you're still 110 points, which last season puts you 3rd in the NHL. And that's if you have a horrible stretch for the next 5 months, which I don't see this team doing.
That's the other part of it is like, if they do hit a rut, like a little bit of a rut for like 2 weeks, they're not, they have a little bit of a losing streak, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
They will be fine. I mean, all of these, records for, your most points and stuff like that might go away. But the number 1 overall, the number 1 seed, like that is still very, very well in hand, even if you do hit a little bit of a wall here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about more of these. We haven't even talked about Nathan MacKinnon yet. Another milestone for him. Want to talk about that. And there was another game that was played that I know Zach is itching to talk about. So we'll get our first break in and we'll talk about that coming up next. All right, FanDuel Fridays already feel different during the basketball season, and FanDuel is making them even better. Every Friday night before the games tip off, FanDuel gives fans a new way to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. It's your official pregame NBA Happy Hour, a limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. And I'm going to say the times, and don't do it. It's Fridays from 6 to 7:30. You did it. No, you're not doing it. Good. 6 to 7:30 Eastern time, that is, have become appointment viewing with the NBA Happy Hour. So before tip-off, check FanDuel and see what's dropping during the NBA Happy Hour every Friday between 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Little basketball and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's the NBA Happy Hour, only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Almost had 2 hat tricks. You had the Nichushkin hat trick, and you almost had another one with Nathan MacKinnon. But
I wanted MacKinnon to get one as well so badly. Like,
well, his reaction to his first goal when he made the point.
Oh,
loved that. Like I've been looking for a picture of that. So he gets goals 400, 401, and those graphics they were putting up on altitude are just wild. Like the time that he goes between century marks for goals,
just
the games between those goals just keep going down.
Yeah.
So what was it like from like 100 to 200 was like over 200 games or something like that, and then
I thought 0 to 100 was almost 300 games.
It could have been, yeah.
And then 100
from 100
to 200 was like 200-ish games. And then it was like 180, and now it's like 167.
So like he is aging like fine wine here, and it just keeps getting better. So, I mean, we'll see if he can do it again between 400 and 500.
If he gets under 150 games to the next century mark,
wild.
Which right now, God, he feels like some nights he could do it in 75 games. It's crazy the pace he's going at.
I think isn't he still on pace for 70 goals this year?
I think so.
I think he is, which is just bananas to think about. But
the only person outscoring him is, of course, still Connor McDavid,
right,
who's got one more game played. So you have to take that into account. But he has 9 more points last I look. I don't think McKinnon's going to have a 9-point game to make. He could, honestly, the way he's been playing. Throw him out against Binnington again, and it's very possible. But like McDavid's just on his own level. But the Avs, I mean, and McKinnon especially, just playing so well right now. It's a little bit of a frustration for me that their 9-game winning streak and their dominant play is not the best winning streak in the NHL right now, thanks to Buffalo. Getting that 10th win in impressive dominating fashion over Dallas. Dallas.
New Year's Eve just delivered on multiple fronts. And that's another one that just felt good. Yeah.
Well, and San Jose beating Minnesota in the shootout, and Celebrini playing the way, like, Celebrini definitely took we don't know if he's going to belong on the roster that a lot of people had said. And I know
present company included. Yeah.
I was gonna say your point wasn't he's not, top end player.
Oh,
your point was he, how's he gonna handle the pressure?
Exactly.
He went out there and said to everybody, I deserve that spot. And he played really well against Minnesota. And then to have the Wild lose in a shootout, but then to have Buffalo just control that game against Dallas 4-1, 4 unanswered goals too. Dallas scored first, and Buffalo scores 4 unanswered. And like I said, the biggest reason I'm bringing this up, apart from Dallas losing, is the Avs have the second best winning streak right now. So, like, shout out Dallas, man, or not Dallas, Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah. It's almost like how the Avs have been playing. It's almost like, oh yeah, from the rest of the league. It's like, okay, Avs won again. Like, getting bored with that. And for Buffalo, who just for the past couple decades now have just really struggled, for them to have a 10-game winning streak, that's a big deal. Like, I don't have a problem with them getting the credit for that. The crazy thing about it is, yes, their 10-game winning streak did that give them a wild? Yes, they're in a wild card. But that gives them 46 points. That's still 21 points behind Colorado.
Yeah.
That's 21 points behind them. And do the Avs have a game in hand on them? No, they both played 39. They both played 39. So that's even. And then the other side of it, with Dallas, Dallas has been playing very well this year.
They have. It's actually a legitimate frustration for me, because when you have this good of a season and you're like, well, we literally could have Dallas overtake us almost at any point, it felt like.
But you're up to the last 10 points up on them now.
You are.
Like, they have been nipping at your heels for quite a while, and you have a game in hand on them.
That's what I was going to say.
And you are 10 points up on them.
And you're 2 games in hand on Minnesota and 12 points up.
12 points up on them.
Like,
this is just like video game stuff going on right now. Like, just with the standings, with like, it continues to be like your point differential. You are now plus 71 in your goal differential. plus 71, and your plus minus leaders are like all Avs. 1 through 5 are Avs. MacKinnon is plus 51. Natchez 40. Lehkonen 37. Makar 34. Josh Manson comes in at 5 with 27. And then Taves is right after that with 26. And then Sam Malinsky is after Jacob Chikrin at 22. And then Brent Burns is at it's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid to have this many stats, these many numbers, this many guys at the top of so many different categories for the NHL leaders in different categories. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, it absolutely is. This is like it feels a little odd sometimes sitting here and literally just gushing over how phenomenal this team is. But I think it definitely needs to be done. I myself have absolutely been guilty of it in the past and just being like, okay, the team's playing really well. This is cool, but here's what we need to have. You have to enjoy when you're having seasons like this. Right. You have to take a moment and just be like, this is something cool that I get to see happen. And so I will continue to gush over it because
you're right.
We'll probably never see anything like this again. This is unreal.
I would say enjoy the ride because there are some people out there that are just waiting for the postseason and saying none of this matters. It only matters what you do in the postseason. You're not entirely wrong, but I think you would be wrong to not at least enjoy this.
Yeah.
Enjoy that the team that you root for is as dominant as they are. We'll get to the postseason. And when we get there, we'll deal with that when that comes around. But for now, this is just, you don't get runs like this very often. And it's weird saying that when the Bruins did what they did a couple years ago. Yeah. So the fact that this is happening again is pretty wild. So if you don't want to enjoy it, that is completely on you. But I'm going to have fun with this. And then, when we get to the postseason, I'll be a nervous wreck. And
of course. Yeah. Oh, my tune might completely change come postseason. I'm not just going to be sitting here.
The thing that I always bring up with the postseason is, you need to be good enough and difficult enough for another opponent to beat you 4 times.
Yeah.
And God, you have to feel good right now that it is going to be incredibly different for anybody to beat this team as the way that they're playing 4 times.
Yeah.
You'll lose a game or two in the playoffs. It's going to happen. I say that, and maybe they go on a crazy run like they did in 2022, which was an epic run.
16-4 is still
crazy. But again, those are bridges we'll cross when we get to them. But right now, this is just fun. This is just fun, just knowing you literally go out every game and you can win every single game. That.
You absolutely can. Crazy. Like from puck drop, New Year's Eve, as soon as that puck hit the ice, I was not going like, oh, I really hope they can keep this one out. I'm like, they should and probably will win this. St. Louis could have a phenomenal game. Don't get me wrong. It could have happened. It did not. But in addition to, like I said, you have the 2 relatively big upsets of San Jose and Buffalo over Dallas and Minnesota. Upsets happen, but the Avalanche just keep doing exactly what they need to be doing. It is so great. And so, I'll just say it one more time. Enjoy it while it's here.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment that you're in.
For this game, I was happy that I could watch this game differently, because normally I am watching it with a fine eye and trying to pick up on small details. After 5 minutes, I'm like, the hell with that.
I agree. My notes got a little more just this is fun.
I took no notes in this game. I was just like, I don't need them. I can just relax and watch this game just as a everyday fan, which we are anyway. So
it was great. Yep.
It was awesome. All right, let's get our last break in, and then there are some stats that I want to bring up and our sound checks. We'll do those next. All right, let's go over some of the stats for this game. Just going over the player points and things like that. Brock Nelson, another goal for him. A goal and an assist. He continues to just play exceptional. He had the hat trick. And a power play go. Yes, we didn't even bring up the power play. 1 for 3 on the power play, but one of those power plays was like 30 seconds long.
I know, yeah.
It wasn't even really that long. So that's
but
fine.
Yeah, Nelson continues to play excellent, and he gets a power play goal. I think I even said it on social, like the Avs are so mad about Blackwood getting snubbed that they're even scoring on the power play tonight.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Val with his hat trick. You had MacKinnon 2-2, 4 points for him. Arturi Lehkonen, Martin Necas, Gabe Landeskog, all with an assist. On the defensive side, Taves and Makar. Taves, Makar, Malinsky, and Burns, all with an assist. Josh Manson with 2 assists.
Manson had a good game again.
He's been playing very well.
Yep.
Very well. So those are your stats. Only defender that did not score was Sam Girard. So when 5 out of your 6 defensemen are getting points, you're good. You are good. Your Corsi and Fenwick are just out of control. So
that's what I wanted to bring up. Yep.
79 for 28 against.
Yep.
That's basically 74%.
Well, and really the two that stick out the most, because like I said, they took their foot off the gas. The first period, though, 36-4 and 8 against. The second period, 26-4 and 8 against. And the third period was 17-12. And so again, you watch them kind of drop off and take, like I said, just kind of not coast, but they're not going as hard as they were. Yeah. But 36-8, 81.8%. And like St. Louis led this game in hits by a wide margin, but St. Louis never had the puck. The only thing they could do was throw hits.
That's what you do. I guess congratulations. Yeah. Let's see. Where was the other one that I was going? Yeah. Just shots on goal. For St. Louis by period, 4, 3, and 6.
Yep.
Wild.
I know.
That's crazy. The line combinations here for the Avs. So when you hear those numbers for your Corsi for and against, obviously when you see the individual lines, you know it's going to be skewed, but just looking at it is crazy. So Lehkonen, Nelson, and Nichushkin, 16. This is for 5-on-5. This is not obviously power plays where they split up. 16-1. Brinley, Kelly, and Bardakov. Your fourth line, 14-3.
Bardakov had a good game too.
He did. Yeah, he did. It was good to see. We didn't really talk about him that he was back in the game. I think because of an injury to Kiviranta.
Which is unfortunate. He did go hard into the boards 2 games ago, so I'm not surprised. But Bardakov took advantage of his opportunity, I thought, last night, for sure.
And then your top line of Necas, Landeskog, and MacKinnon, 22-7.
Yeah.
That is just utter domination. And I'm happy we host this show, because if we host the St. Louis Locked On Blues, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing to show up like that. I don't care. I don't care if you're struggling and like you have to show up. You're a professional hockey team, and this is a sport where anything can happen on any given night, and you just laid a complete egg.
Yeah. I also wonder too, because I know just in general, right? Especially through an 82 game season, a good team can have a game where you just get demolished. And then you just say, well, we take that game, we throw it in the trash, and we move on. We go straight on to the next one. St. Louis is not a great team this year. I don't want to just bash them all day, but they're not a good team this year. Is this the same type of thing where you just throw that in the trash and move on? Or is this the type of thing where you have to look at this and say, this is a culmination of everything that's been happening all season, and you just, granted, the Avs are the best team in the league. Everybody knows it at this point, but you still showed so little out there.
Yeah.
So
that's bad.
I don't know. I agree. St. Louis. I agree. I'm happy that this is our show.
I'm trying to get this one site up that I've been using lately, bench rates, it's called. Do they have for the so the way that they break it down, it's kind of fun. They don't have it for the no, they do. They break it down like they take each player, and after all like the stats and analytics, they give them a dollar amount for that game of how well they performed, like in a monetary fashion, right? Yeah. So usually like a good game, I think the last one that the Avs played, like Devon Taves was their number one player, and his bench rate was like $250,000. His contribution was $250,000, and that was the high. So for this one, Valeri Nichushkin is $740,000.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. Like I said, 200,000 is good. Nathan MacKinnon is basically like a hair under $700,000. Brock Nelson's at 458,000. It's just fun how they break this down, and then they'll break it down by like offensive contributions and defensive contributions, all by dollar amount. It's just kind of a fun, different way that they do it. I do it on the Statcast for the everydayers. So, but 700,000 is absurd. Is absurd. So I mean, getting a hat trick helps. So I just thought that was kind of fun. And your
apparently,
what's that?
A shoe trick, apparently. Someone threw a shoe on the ice.
Shoe out. That's got to be uncomfortable walking home from.
That's what I was thinking too. Like,
what was the weather out there on
it was
New Year's Eve? Was it
60
degrees? Okay, so maybe it's not
no, it's not freezing. But I don't like Ball Arena is a nice arena.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk around with just a sock or barefoot. Ugh, no. So like, I hope you got your shoe back, buddy.
Or I mean, people bring extra hats just in case there's that occasion.
He just had a shoe.
Maybe he brought an extra shoe. Who knows? Maybe he's planning for it. And finally, just got to bring up the deserve to win meter just because
I know
85% for the Avalanche, which is not a surprise. So
no, this was domination from the start.
It totally was. That's going to lead us to our sound check, where we each pick a song that summarizes the most recent game, and these go up on a playlist over on Spotify and on YouTube Music that you can follow along with. Just search for LOA Soundcheck Volume number 5. That's where these songs are. What do you got?
All right, so for this one, it's this last game, but it's also the entire 2025 calendar year. And specifically the start to the 25-26 season. The Avs are the giant in the NHL right now. That it is the team. So I'm going with Goliath by Woodkid.
Oh, dude. Okay. I like Woodkid. I like.
Yep.
He's good, but there's a song called Goliath by the Mars Volta, which is just like banana song. Like if you were going down that road, I'd be like, dude, that is an incredible pull. But the Woodkid one,
I haven't listened to the Mars Volta in a while.
Oh, fantastic, man.
Yeah, actually, I feel like I dig them. I don't know why I haven't turned them on.
Oh man, go that whole album. The name of the album is called The Bedlam in Goliath, but there is a single called Goliath, which is just
there you go. I'll throw it back on for my.
I like the Woodkid one, man. I like that. That is a very good. He's one that I haven't listened to in a while.
He's a fun artist.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think like most people got turned on to him by that Apple commercial.
No, see, I'm gonna pull back even further.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Revelations. They chose Iron by Woodkid for that
the song
that trailer. Okay. And watching Ezio walk up towards Masaev and like you're wrapping it back into the first Assassin's Creed game, this song like builds and it's crazy, just intense, epic feeling.
Yeah.
I'll go throw that trailer on every now and then just because I dig it so much. Yeah. And that's where I got into Woodkid.
So the Run Boy Run song from the Apple, like that's a pretty cool song. So
I like that song a lot too.
For where I'm going, like you could say it's a culmination of what this season has been so far, and sure, like I'll do that. It's like twofold. It's that, and it's this game. And I do it all the time. Anytime I get an opportunity to use anything Chris Cornell, I am going to take it. And for this time, it's actually Audio Slave. and the name of the song is Exploder.
Excellent.
Love it, because that's exactly what they're doing this year. That's exactly what they did against the Blues, and specifically Jordan Binnington. So
perfect.
Can never go wrong with that. Can never go wrong
I think that's great.
And you want a song that like energizes you. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Go listen to that.
That is a good one.
Go listen to that.
I dig Audio Slave.
Love them.
Yeah.
Love them. So,
because that's, man, that's like super band status almost, isn't it?
It is.
Because who's the guitar is
Rage. It's
Morello, Tom Morello. Yeah.
Well, it's all three of them. It's
it's all three of them.
All three of them from Rage. It's basically Chris Cornell substituted in for Zach De La Rocca.
Okay.
Yeah. So love them.
Well then, yep. No, they're so awesome to listen to.
Them. I was heartbroken when they split up. Heartbroken, but
yeah, that one was rough, but
all right, that is going to wrap it up for today. So and for the week, pretty much.
I think so. Yeah.
So we'll be back on Monday. We got a back-to-back on this weekend, right? So we'll check in with everybody on Monday, talk about that back-to-back. Anything else
in Carolina, where I think they're doing the Nordiques.
The Nordiques series, again. Yes. Yep, they are. So that'll be fun. So tune in on Monday. We'll catch everybody up on how the weekend action went and anything else that's going on in Avalanche Nation. So see everybody on Monday. Thank you for tuning in today, making it your first listen of the day. Always appreciated. He is Mr. Zach Pearson. I am Chris Micieli. This is the Locked On Avalanche podcast. And you have made it through another 24 hours where Sidney Crosby, who has scored like 2 goals in like 30 seconds, I think, as of this recording, he's that much closer. If he stops doing that in Pittsburgh, he's going to be that much closer to being with the Colorado Avalanche. So,
very soon. 2026, it's the year.